My stepfather told me I'd never be his real daughter, so I made sure he'd never forget the day I proved him right. Damon moved in when I was 12, bringing his leather recliners and golf trophies like he owned the place. Mom was so desperate for stability after Dad's death that she ignored every red flag. How he'd correct my homework without being asked, how he'd sigh dramatically when I needed school supplies, how he'd rearrange my bookshelf because real daughters keep things organized. Biology is destiny, he'd say whenever I disappointed him. You'll never really be mine. The comments started small. Real daughters don't leave dishes in the sink. Real daughters get better grades than C+. By high school, everything became a comparison to some imaginary daughter who would have appreciated him more, who wouldn't have rolled her eyes when he explained compound interest for the 15th time. When I got into state university with a partial scholarship, he refused to help with the remaining costs. I'm not paying for someone else's kid to party for 4 years, he told Mom while I stood right there. Let her real family figure it out. That night, I found Mom crying in the kitchen, staring at bills. I've been saving for your college since before I married him, she whispered, sliding me an envelope. Don't let him stop you from leaving this house. Inside was $8,000 cash, and the deed to my grandmother's old house, the one Mom had inherited but never mentioned to Damon. I enrolled anyway, working nights at a campus diner to cover expenses. Damon made snide comments whenever I came home exhausted, talking about real families supporting each other instead of being burdens. The breaking point came during Thanksgiving of my junior year. Damon's brother brought his daughter, a freshman pre-med student with perfect grades. At dinner, Damon gushed over her achievements, comparing her GPA to mine, her career ambitions to my useless English major. This is what real dedication looks like, he said, gesturing at her. Someone who understands family investment. After everyone left, I helped Mom clean dishes while Damon watched football, complaining about the turkey being dry. I can't do this anymore, I told her. Mom's hands stilled in the soapy water. I know, she said quietly. I've been thinking the same thing. That's when I told her about the job offer I'd received. Editorial assistant at a publishing house in New York. Good salary, benefits, everything I'd worked toward. Take it, she said immediately. What about you? Mom smiled for the first time in months. I'm coming with you. I never signed his name on Grandma's house deed. We can sell it and start over. 3 weeks later, movers came while Damon was at his golf lesson. We left a note on his favorite recliner explaining everything. How the house sale would cover our fresh start. How his real daughter comments had finally convinced us he was right. The last line read, "Thanks for clarifying that blood doesn't make family. Respect does. You're not real daughter." He called 17 times that night, leaving increasingly frantic voicemails. We blocked his number after the third threat to drag us back. 6 months later, Mom filed for divorce. The settlement was minimal since we'd only taken what was legally ours, and Damon's lawyer couldn't argue with property deed. Today, I'm managing editor at the same publishing house. Mom runs a successful catering business from our Brooklyn apartment. We send Damon a Christmas card every year with a photo of us smiling in front of the Statue of Liberty. The message is always the same. Wishes from your not real family.